Welcome to the January 9th, 2023 Mason City Council meeting. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. I'm real excited. We've got a brand new year, and we've got a lot of exciting things that are going to happen this year. So first of all, I'm going to call this meeting to order and ask for a roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson.
Here.
Councilmember Chance.
Here.
Councilmember Bradburn. Present. Councilmember Hackey.
Here.
Councilmember Grossman. Councilmember Stricula. Mayor Spaeth.
Here. Okay, next we will have the posting of the colors by the City of Mason Police Color Guard. So I will ask everyone to stand, and then we will follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. All right, thank you. You may be seated. Okay, we're to item 4, and I need a motion to approve the minutes from the December 12th, 2022 Mason City Council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor? Yes. Anyone opposed? Okay.
Mayor, I abstain.
Okay, thank you. Item number 5, City Manager's Report. Eric, I believe this will be you.
I have several items that we could discuss, but I don't think most of the people here are for any of those items except one. I would like to ask Chief Levi Wells to come up here to the front. I think as council's aware, certainly Chief Wells and police officers are aware. Chief Carter left about 9 months ago, and have done a lot of looking within the police department. There's a depth of experience and commitment within the department, looking for a candidate from a surplus of wealth there that could be the new police chief to lead us into a future where policing's changing. Introspective is a necessity as the profession moves into the future, and certainly the Mason Department is aware of that. And Chief Levi Wells was the selection, and I think it's going to oversee growth of the department as well as growth of individual officers throughout the department. So this is an opportunity to, the reception beforehand, to welcome Chief Wells to the community, and now would like to ceremonially create him, I guess, as the police chief. First, want to ask Chief Ron Farrell to come forward. This is an opportunity to thank Chief Farrell during those 9 months. He has repeatedly been an asset to the police department since his time as police chief. I would also like to ask Chief Wells to take the microphone, introduce your family, and get your wife up here shortly. I want to thank Chief Farrell for all he's done during those 9 months to both guide and help with the transition, as several officers were acting police chiefs, and now as Levi Wells is transitioning into the full-time police chief.
Thank you, Eric. Is it on? All right. I'll introduce my family. I'll start with the best one is my wife, Amanda. We've been married for 20 years, together for even longer than that. So high school sweethearts. I wouldn't be standing up here if it wasn't for her. So my daughter Addison's to the left of her. my mom back here, my dad, my daughter Riley, and then my 2 sons, Logan and Owen. They look pleased to be here. My mother-in-law, Ruth, and my father-in-law, Martin. And then acknowledge all the my fellow brothers and sisters that are here, and friends and family, and Old Mason friends and family as well. So I appreciate that.
I'd like to ask Chief Farrell to give Amanda Wells the Eagles that will represent the rank of chief. I have those pinned on. Chief Farrell's Chief Wells' family to come forward. While Chief Wells has the microphone, can express what he'd like. Following that, ask all of council to go forward for a photo with the new chief and his family. I was told that Chief Wells, the hardest part of him assuming this position is so many folks know him from when he was about the age of his sons that were up there. But I also think that's going to be his strength because there are so many folks I've learned, I knew within the city, but I've discovered within the community that are invested in Chief Wells as an officer, but also as an individual in the community. And I think they're there to both see him succeed because they have something invested in him, as also help him move forward. So I think the difficulty of us getting used to Levi being Chief Wells is offset by that strength. Chief?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to speaking when Eric told me I had to do this. So I didn't prepare a speech, but I want to say it's, I would have never dreamed this when I graduated from Mason High School in 1997, about 200 students to where we are now and the growth that the city's come along since then. I was just telling stories about riding my bike up Tylersville Road on a two-lane road to when I first started with the city, picking up litter, to now I'm the police chief. So I'm just humbled for this opportunity, grateful for everyone to come out that have shown me support throughout this, and look forward to leading the great police department, probably sorry for the sheriff that's in the room, the best police department in Warren County. So I'm excited, and thank you for coming.
Eric, if I may, I'd like to ask if any of the council members would like to say anything? Yes.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, and you guys, this could take a little bit, but I've known Levi for Chief Wells, for quite some time now. I graduated from Mason in 1994, so to talk a little bit and echo what he said in regards to the growth, it's been crazy, and but knowing Levi for as long as Chief Wells, for as long as I have, I could say a lot, but more than anything, I'm extremely proud of you. I've had the pleasure of riding around with you, riding around in regards to when he is on the roads. He'd pick me up, and I always liked about the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. But watching him, obviously we've known each other for a long time, but when he is performing the duties of a police officer, I was so impressed. And when I found out that he made chief, I knew we were in a good situation. So major congratulations, Amanda and the family. You guys should be super proud because this is, and Mason, we're in very good shape with him as a chief. So proud of you, buddy, and good job.
Would anyone else like to say anything?
Mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the first things I did, when I got on council about a year ago, is I requested to do a ride-along, and I was incredibly fortunate that at the time Sergeant Wells was the first one to take me out and show me some of the incredible police work that our police department does, and I was just unbelievably impressed with the professionalism and the courtesy which you showed me as well as your other officers. So I'm really excited for your future here as our new chief. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
I just want to say congratulations. I mean, Mason has a legacy of wonderful police chiefs, and now you have added your name to that list. We have a great police department. Everyone feels very safe here in our community, and that's because of the great work of our police officers. So congratulations, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's apropos also because today is National Officer Day. What's the proper terminology?
Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
That's it. That's why she's the mayor and I just sit over here. But as we have a room full of officers in here, I just would like to extend the gratitude from the city and all the citizens in here for everything that you guys do. You guys show up each and every day to do stuff that, just to be quite frank, deal with folks that most people don't want to deal with. But you guys do it with, it's always surprising the professionalism that we see from our police officers. So thank you, and I'm glad we got to celebrate all you guys here tonight too. So. Okay,
thank you. I just would like to say, first of all, thank you, as Councilmember Chance just said, to every one of our police officers who are here this evening and the ones who could not be here this evening, because you all make us feel like we live like in a Mayberry kind of town, a very safe kind of town. And I know that there are a lot of times when you guys are put in positions that are not safe, and you protect us 24/7, and we appreciate that so much. We appreciate your families that have to give up, you know, when you're gone and when you're out protecting our community. And it's a lot to sacrifice, especially all of you that have young children. I know that's very difficult. So just thank you to all of you police officers that are here. Really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that's in this audience too, because this just shows how much you all support our police department. I was very excited when I heard that Chief Wells was selected as well. He has a very big connection to our community, long connection to our community. And I was just talking with his father beforehand, and it just turns out that Chief Wells' dad and I just grew up just right around the corner from each other. And so he knows my brothers, my sister, and that's one thing I always love about Mason, growing up in Mason. You know, you have this connection that you just never lose. And even though it continues to get bigger and bigger, we're still a small town in a lot of ways, and you still have those connections. And Chief Farrell and Chief Carter before you also had those long connections to the community, and now we're continuing that. And so I'm so excited to have that, and I'm so excited that we're starting out 2023 with our new police chief, and if we can just go forward. So congratulations again, Chief Wells, and congratulations to your family. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. Eric, do you want to add anything?
Thanks for showing up, Chief Wells, and thanks for bringing your family. I think it may be appropriate if we wanted to take a break for any folks that want to continue. We do have more meeting to go to that probably isn't as exciting as this was, but we could excuse folks and maybe give Chief Wells and his family time to meet folks out in the atrium.
Thank you all again for coming this evening.
Building Month. There are a variety of activities that you'll notice on the city's webpage and through social media. Key in that, or kind of stakeholders in that, is the Wellness Expo. That's being held on Saturday, January 28th at the Community Center, and also a free community swim clinic on Wednesday, January 18th at the new Municipal Aquatic Center. Tri-Health throughout the year will be providing video presentations and other collateral to encourage residents and provide resources for residents in their striving for a lifestyle of wellness. In addition, the city is encouraging all residents to take advantage of all the Mason businesses that provide services that help residents achieve their highest potential. Those programs offerings will be available on the city's website. Speaking of fourth best place, I think we had a couple of photos wanted to highlight. I don't know if Kurt can bring those up. Some photos after our photo calendar contest were contributed here over the holidays that highlighted one of the reasons why Mason is such a great place to live. You have to take a drink here. It seems, on a day like today, it seems like a distant memory, but the weekend before Christmas was cold. And the city is known for providing excellent snow removal. And one of the key parts of that, I'm told it's not quite so much about how much snow falls, although that's a factor, it's about how cold it is. Because if it gets cold enough, there's not enough salt in the world that will warm up the roads to get rid of that. And we do a lot of planning, we do a lot of thinking, we have a carefully calibrated structure to help us be thoughtful on how we remove snow and ice. These photos were intended to give an indication of how well the city of Mason did at snow removal in some, I think, historically dire circumstances. What you're looking at there is the corporation line, and I couldn't count how many comments I received, and several photos similar to this that were submitted to show how relieved people were when they crossed into the Mason Corporation line because they went from ice that they could hear their tires crunching to blacktop. And we're not always able to do that as immediately as the pictures may show, but those days over the holidays, we had a lot of folks. That includes folks like engineers seen up here. It includes police officers, firefighters, maintenance workers, folks across the city that were coming into the office, and their sole purpose and their priority was to make sure that the roads were cleared as fast as possible. So I thought it was interesting as we're recognized the fourth best city that extends not only to wellness opportunities, but also safety opportunities, especially in snow and ice removal. So I wanted to show off a little bit there, primarily to thank all those folks that came in over a holiday weekend to get the roads cleared. And to also acknowledge, and you don't always think of this on days like today, the salt storage facility is full again. It got close, but it's all full again. So I don't want to jinx anything, but we're ready. Another item, for most of 2022, council held a single regular council meeting a month. That allowed more time for working meetings later in the month, things like committee meetings or sometimes work sessions. If council wants to maintain that schedule, I think it is possible for the foreseeable future. A motion would be appropriate to do that. My encouragement would be that we continue to, or council members continue to that fourth Monday. Just be cognizant, keep that somewhat flexible in case there should be opportunities that are time sensitive that may require a meeting to be called to take action on something. It would make it easier to do that. But if council would like to adjust the schedule this year, a motion would be appropriate.
Does anyone want to make that motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to resume one meeting a month with the fourth Monday being a flex.
Okay, is there a second?
The motion. I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you.
A couple of other reminders here. Christmas tree recycling continues through the month of January. Encourage residents that would like to dispose of their Christmas trees to place them at the curb for pickup. They will be chipped and recycled. And just a caution, if the trees are placed in bags at the curb, crews will not pick them up, but Rumpke will. They will go to the landfill. They will not be recycled, so just as a reminder. That will continue throughout the month of January. I mentioned the Wellness Expo. That's on Saturday, January 28th from 9 a.m. to noon at the community center. It is free. It's a family-friendly event to promote overall lifestyle health. There will be exhibits, informational presentations from vendors, and any businesses, especially businesses within the city that are health and wellness and are interested in participating in the event are encouraged to contact the city for more information. That is all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go right on to item number 7, which is the Mason Mile update by the CDC. Do we have a representative this evening? Okay.
Okay. Good evening, Mayor, members of council, and staff. My name is Casey Richards, and I live at 216 Short Street. I'm a board member of the Mason Deerfield Community Development Corporation and am an active volunteer within the Mason Mile Core team. I'm here this evening to share some exciting upcoming events for the Mason Mile Project. The Mason Mile Project is a community-led, market-driven project. We are honoring our history while building into the future a fresh, healthy, and sustainable place for people to live, work, and play. The Mason Mile Project has a core team of volunteers that consists of David Charpentier, Annie Droege, Chris Heim, and myself, administrative staff that includes Sherry Taylor and Sydney Hayes. And then the consulting team, which consists of Randall Gross from Randall Gross Development Economics, Jay Becker from BLDG Brands, and Keith Covington from Common Ground Urban Design and Planning. We hope everyone had a healthy and happy holiday season and your new year is off to a great start. If one of your New Year's resolutions is to get more involved, we have just what you need. If you're interested in knocking out some to-dos, building community relationships, and have a boots-on-the-ground mentality, our activator team would be a great fit for you. Activator meetings are held every third Tuesday of the month at the Joe Bar, American Legion, Post 194. And January's meeting is Tuesday, January 17th, and that is at 6 p.m. We're excited to share that the team from BLDG Brands will present for this month's activator meeting so we can start to get your involvement there. If you're interested in staying informed, getting involved, and meeting up with the local community, our neighborhood quarterly meetups would be a perfect fit for you as well. These meetings are obviously quarterly, and the next one is Thursday, February 2nd at 6 p.m., and that is also at the American Legion. This meeting will also feature members of the consulting team as they will be sharing their findings from the December and January community engagement findings, and anyone is welcome to attend either of the activator meetings or the quarterly leadership or the quarterly meetups, and we highly encourage everyone to attend. Thank you to everyone that has been involved thus far, and thank you to our council for partnering with us to make all of this happen. We are honored to build on all the good work that's been done over the years and continue to move at the speed of trust. For those interested in more details on the project as they come available, please visit our website at madecdc.org/downtown Mason Mile. And you can also join our Facebook group, attend the meetups, and get involved by becoming a project activator. Thank you all for your time.
Okay, thank you, Casey. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to go to item number 8, which is recognition of visitors. Our council rules allow for anyone who wants to come up to the podium to have 5 minutes, unless there's a council member that wants to change that time. And we just ask that when you come up to state your name and address. So is there anyone that would like to come to the podium? Yes, sir. Please come to the podium and state your name and address, please.
My name is Paul Nelson. I live at 1223 Anthony Lane, and I want to take the time to address an issue I have in my backyard. It's beavers, dams, and water. I've been working with Josh out at the city sewer and water. They're aware of the problem. We've been doing this since 19. And this year, with the amount of beavers we have back there, it's gotten to the point where the creek overflows. Anytime it rains, storms, anytime it drains off of 42 under the Donna Jean Bridge and comes around back into my backyard and puts in about 2 feet of water in my backyard. And this year, they've added a couple extra dams, which overflows, and the person that the property is on, we've been in contact with him through Josh, and he moves very, 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 very slow. And he was out there the other day, and all he did was just move the top sticks on top of the dam and drain some of the water off, and the beaver's already back and got it built up again. And it's to a point to where a few years ago, they had a trapper come in. He trapped 6 great big beavers, and he said he didn't even get it, all of them. He said, we have so many in there. He said, you're going to have problems. And that's why I'm here addressing the issue, because eventually it's going to have to be taken care of. And the dam that they have underneath the sticks on top is about 4 feet tall. It's jam-packed with mud, sticks, and other debris. So the only way they're going to get it out, they're going to have to come back in with the track hoe and tear it out. And I figured it's time to address the issue before something happens. And I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. I'm glad you brought that to our attention. I'm sure, Eric, you can follow up with him later and figure out what we can do to help you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to come forward? Okay, we'll move right along to item number 9, which is Resolution 2023-1. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff, you're going to read the title?
Recognizing Mason Community Players' 50th anniversary.
Okay, I think we have a guest that's going to speak. Linda Wilt, right? You're going to represent the community players and come to the podium.
If there was more to read of the resolution.
Oh, is there more to read of the resolution?
No, I don't think we're doing it right now, are we? Are we going to read the resolution? It's up to you. Would you all like for us to read it? Okay. All right, we'll do that.
We go ahead and adopt the resolution, and then you'd like to speak afterwards?
Okay, Resolution 2023-1, recognizing Mason Community Players' 50th anniversary. Whereas the Mason Community Players began as a result of a challenge from Mason High School social studies teacher John Hopkins, who dared his students to find a need in the Mason community and fill it. And whereas 5 students determined that the town needed a community theater and approached Councilmember Kay Steinhauer, who helped to develop a proposal for City Council consideration on June 25th, 1973. The proposal requested financial backing in the amount of $1,000, with the City of Mason to be reimbursed after their first production. The motion from Councilmember Steinhauer carried unanimously, and the Mason Community Players were officially established. And whereas since the organization's first production, The Music Man, in September 1973, the troupe continued to maintain an association with the City of Mason, whereby the city would front the money for shows and the Mason Community Players would return all profits to the city until 1979. In July 1978, the Community Players became a 501c3 incorporated entity and began to gain financial independence from the city, funding its own productions beginning in 1979. And whereas since its inception, the Community Players have staged more than 150 productions and reviews in more than 30 different locations in Mason, and currently has their own venue within the city limits. And whereas over the past 50 years, the group has participated in many Mason community initiatives such as Bicycle Days, Community Unity Days, Heritage Festival, Christmas in Mason, partnered with the Mason Historical Society to present the Cemetery Walk, created and provided entertainment for the annual Haunted Hayride, as well as helped organize and provide entertainment for the initial Autumn Festival. And whereas the Mason Community Players produced Imagine Mason, the unique and world premiere of the life of founder William Mason as part of the city's bicentennial celebration in April 2015. And whereas Mason Community Players have had a significant impact on the Mason community since 1973, partnering with the city on many holiday and civic events, as well as supporting the city's mission to build a culture of wellness by enhancing the quality of life offered in Mason. And whereas Mason City Council is grateful for past and present members of the Mason Community Players and all their efforts over the past 50 years to bring the community together to experience theater, and wishes the organization continued success. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mason, Ohio, Section 1, that the Mason Community Players is hereby given the commendation of the Council of the City of Mason for their impact over the last 50 years in the Mason community. Section 2, that the Clerk of Council is hereby directed to certify a copy of this resolution to the Mason Community Players. Section 3, that this resolution shall take effect and be enforced from and after the earliest period allowed by law.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Yes,
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Linda Wilt Gearing, and I live at 4052 Royal Dornoch Lane in Mason, Ohio, and I am a 1974 graduate of Mason High School. I was one of the 5 teenagers that went to City Council to ask for money, so thank you. We approached the City Council over 50 years ago, asking for support in creating our theater group in Mason. Standing here with me tonight are MCP's president, Laura Gonzalez, and our member with the most years of continuous service, Becca McLaughlin. Here. This is her 44th year as a volunteer with the Mason Community Players. We come before you on behalf of our total organization, currently 100 members strong, and over 1,000 individuals that have worked with us over the years thus far. We would like to thank you for this evening's resolution honoring the Mason Community Players' 50th anniversary. We would also like to express our gratitude for the financial support that allowed us to produce our first musical, Music Man, in September of 1973. The City of Mason continued this financial support and community advocacy for the next 5 years, which set the stage for incorporation as a nonprofit in 1978. This has led us up to this half-century mark of creativity and in arts in the Mason community. We are also very appreciative of the many opportunities to raise funds that the city has afforded us. These have included facilitating city-sponsored Easter egg hunts, 4th of July events, community center registration, breakfasts with Santa, and the design and coordination of the memorable and very successful haunted hayrides. We have been pleased to collaborate with the city during the Heritage Festival, Christmas in Mason, and providing a Santa, which was my father, Ray Wilt, many years ago. Don't tell anybody that he was Santa. And many other events more than 25 years, and especially in 2015, we were invited to produce the the bicentennial production of Imagine Mason. Our association with the city has helped us to produce more than 200 shows and reviews. As a token of our gratitude, we would like to gift each member of City Council with 2 pairs of season tickets for our 50th anniversary season. And come and visit us at our, oh, wait a minute, not doing that right, sorry. Come and visit us at the Mason Community Playhouse. We are pleased to have spent 1 year in our new theater on Mason Road and 50 years in Mason. I would like to paraphrase the great George M. Cohan and tell you from the 5 founders, Mark Jane thanks you, Sherry Straub thanks you, Karen Terry thanks you, Kathleen Sherman thanks you, and as for myself, that goes without saying. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you all will, Linda, if you all will just remain at the podium for a minute, let us go ahead and adopt the resolution. But if you guys will just wait there. Let me go ahead and do a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved?
Okay, is there any council discussion?
Mayor?
Yes.
This is such an exciting story. I did not know the story about 5 individuals that created this, especially our high school individuals.
5 teenagers.
That is just amazing. It just is wonderful. And I just want to say thank you for investing in our community with the arts. I'm a huge supporter of the arts here in our community. And 50 years is a long time to be entertaining Mason. So I look forward to coming to some of your performances. I'm really happy that you got your new property there on Mason Road. I think that's great. And just thank you for being here and investing. And I hope that you have many more years of success in front of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else want to say anything? Okay, I love this story too. I had no idea Mr. Hopkins was behind it. Okay, if anybody that went to school here, you had Mr. Hopkins as a teacher. Oh my gosh. I mean, when I read that resolution, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's the one that started, essentially, the community players by trying to get students to go out and find a need in the community. And then Gay Steinhauer, you know, made sure it happened. So that's really awesome. And I just want to say this, when we had the bicentennial back in 2015, the play that you all put on was so great. And I would actually like to see a remake of that because I think our community would love to see it sometime. It was a really interesting story of William Mason. I really love that. So I just want to say thank you all for everything you do, and hopefully we can continue to partner and help you all get the word out about your shows and all that good stuff. So, anybody else want to say anything? Yes, yes.
On here, does it say what the 50th anniversary play is?
We have a whole season.
Oh, I thought you were doing one with the tickets that you gave.
It's a whole season
Oh,
ticket.
it's a whole season?
Whole season.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
So much.
Yep, so we're putting
That's
on
awesome.
Puffs during March 2023, the Dining Room in May, Company, the musical, Stephen Sondheim in July. We'll be doing Escanaba into Moonlight in September, and then rounding it out with a musical review called Gender Bender 5.0, where folks sing songs typically sung by the other gender.
Oh, sweet. All right, excellent.
That's
Well,
great.
thank you so much for the generosity.
Yes, thank you.
I can ride my bike there. I can walk. Yeah, I can walk there.
Okay, I think we need roll call on this.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, and I think we have something to give you. I'm going to ask all of council to come up. We're going to take a picture with the resolution. Okay, we are to item number 10, Resolution 2023, I'm not used to saying that yet, 2023-2. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Requesting the county auditor to make tax advances during the year 2023 pursuant to Section 321.34 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay, and Jennifer?
Yes, Mayor, members of council, this resolution is basically a housekeeping item that we typically take care of at one of the first meetings at the start of a new year. By state law, the county auditor collects certain taxes, and then they remit those to the local government agencies on specified settlement dates. During the time frame when the taxes are collected and distributed, the county auditor is holding those funds and is earning interest on that money. State law allows local agencies to request disbursements prior to these settlement dates. In doing so, this provides increased cash flow as well as interest potential for local government agencies. Action by council is needed to request earlier distributions from the county auditor. Resolution 2023-2 provides that action and is recommended for adoption.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, anyone opposed? All in favor? Okay. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance.
Yes.
Okay, and I just want to say before we go on to item number 11, if you all would like to, you're free to go if you want to go, unless you want to stay the whole meeting. I don't want you to feel like you're being rude or anything. So we're to item number 11, ordinance 2023-1. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
An ordinance accepting the application for the annexation of 137.419 acres, more or less, in Union Township, Warren County, Ohio, to the city of Mason, Ohio, filed under the special procedure of annexing land with consent of all parties, Ohio Revised Code, Section 709.022, and declaring an emergency.
Okay, Kurt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and members of council. This is a culmination of about a year's worth of work to try to get the former castle property that's owned by the city into the city corporation limits. This is one that's been done, it's a 100% owner petition, which means we can do an expedited process. This one's done as a type 1 because we have an agreement with Union Township from back in 2015. And that agreement allows the property to be detached from Union Township, be brought into a paper township called Mason Township, and then with it being wholly within the city of Mason, it avoids that double taxation issue that could be a potential issue if it was done as a type 2 annexation. The second ordinance, if I could talk about that as well, ordinance 2023-2 is for the detachment portion of it. So the first ordinance brings it into the city. The second ordinance removes it from Union Township. And so both of those ordinances are done by emergency clause, and that's just to get this annexation moving forward and done as soon as possible so that we can update all the parties that need to be updated on that, including the Board of Elections and the state. So. And then one thing I wanted to add too is that we'll likely see a rezoning for this property in the future at a future council meeting. That would bring it into city zoning. The current code says that when you annex property into the city, it retains the township, or the county or township zoning if it's so zoned in the county. So we will do a future rezoning at a future council meeting and go to planning commission and then council as well. So with that, ordinance 1 and 2 are both recommended for adoption.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any council discussion? Yes.
To the city engineer, how much roadway did we assume?
Yeah, good question. So this did not include any of US 42, but it does include about 12, if I remember from memory, 12 to 1,400 feet of Bunnell Road. And we have a maintenance agreement that was part of that 2015 agreement with Union Township to maintain that portion of roadway for us for a fee of, I believe it's $500 a year that we pay them, and then they'll plow it and maintain it. So, yep.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Okay, item 12, ordinance 2023-2, a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
An ordinance authorizing the filing of a petition with the Board of County Commissioners of Warren County, Ohio, to change the Union Township lines of 137.419 acres located in Union Township in the city of Mason in order to remove the territory from Union Township, place it in Mason Township, and make the township lines identical with the limits of the city of Mason, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Okay, and we've already had it discussed by Kurt, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes?
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved?
Second?
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes?
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Okay, item 13, ordinance 2023-3, and this is a first reading. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
Moved?
Second?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff.
Amending the zoning code and zoning map of the city of Mason, Ohio to provide for the rezoning of approximately 10.58 acres from R1 single-family residential to residential PUD, residential planned unit development, with approval of the concept planned unit development plan located on Western Row Road immediately east of the existing Mason Christian Village property, Mason Christian Village PUD.
Okay, and Eric?
We'd like to set a public hearing for February 13th.
All right, thank you. Item 14, ordinance 2023-4. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Approval of the replat for Lot 3 in Fallingbrook, Phase A13.
All right, Kurt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. This is a replat that's necessary just as the buildings are built out there. They're what are generally referred to as landominiums. So once the building is built, they get surveyed, and then those parcels are created from the actual location of the building. So this replat was recommended for Planning Commission from Planning Commission back in 2007. We had a kind of a universal approval back then, so that every one of these didn't need to keep going back to Planning Commission. So that date is correct, even though it looks like a typo on the write-up. But so with that, Planning Commission staff recommend approval of the replat and ordinance 2023-4.
All right, thank you. A motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved?
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn? Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes. Item 15, Resolution 2023-3. Motion to read by title only, please.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
A resolution declaring the necessity of constructing certain sewer improvements, commercial district in the city of Mason, Warren County, Ohio.
Okay, Eric?
Yes, Mayor, if council is agreeable, I'd like to at once discuss the next two resolutions and then the following four ordinances. So take care of half the meeting in one presentation. And it's not a very exciting one, but I'm going to try and make it exciting. This is, council has already discussed this. This is abiding by commitments that were previously made as part of attracting development to the Western Row Golf Course. The signature development there would be Dorothy Lane Markets, which I think of all the things I've been involved in with the city, I get more questions about when Dorothy Lane Market is opening up than any of the other many great, spectacular things we've done. Dorothy Lane Market, as council is aware, is part of a mixed-use project that will deliver an estimated $75 million in investment there, 80,000 square feet of upscale neighborhood, retail, restaurants, as well as a boutique hotel and residential housing as well. It's a very complicated project. The council initiated last year, actually just over a year ago, and staff across departments, specifically engineering and building, economic development, and finance, have put a lot of time and effort and repeated meetings to make sure this momentum is maintained on what is a very sophisticated project. One element of that is Special Assessment District that provides a tool for financing the public improvements that are important to the entire development. Specifically here would be a sewer service, and all these ordinances begin with the resolutions, and consider there's both a commercial and a residential component to this. So some of these resolutions sound identical because you need a resolution for each component. But those declare the necessary to carry out the necessity for the assessment district for carrying out the infrastructure improvements. Ordinances 2023 5 and 6 adopt the estimated special assessment amounts. Ordinance 2023-7 is an ordinance that we have often done. It allows for anticipating future bond issuance and allowing us to reimburse ourselves from the bond issuance for costs that we're incurring now. And then finally, Ordinance 2023-8 is the actual construction contract for the sanitary sewer improvements. Got what we believe is a very favorable bid and was a very difficult bidding environment. Site Works, an amount of $839,000. Was the best bid out of the 5 bids submitted. Again, while that was budgeted for $1 million in the 2023 budget, the proceeds from the Special Assessment District will pay for those sewer improvements as was designed with the original deal. Most of this work will likely occur this spring, anticipating completion date of the sewer work in June of 2023. What I'd anticipate before June of 2023 is additional ordinances coming for council for road improvements, other public improvements, the debt issuance, the bonds, and then the final amounts for the Special Assessment District. So can anticipate additional ordinances just as exciting as these are throughout the summer. All of these are recommended for adoption and do help maintain the forward momentum on Dorothy Lane Markets and the associated development.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, any council discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spade?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, item 16, Resolution 2023-4. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
A resolution declaring the necessity of constructing certain sewer improvements residential district in the city of Mason, Warren County, Ohio.
Okay, again, it's been discussed, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spade?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Okay, item 17, ordinance 2023-5. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved. Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
An ordinance determining to proceed with sewer improvements to certain property in the city of Mason, county of Warren, Ohio, as described in Resolution 2023-3.
Okay, again, it's been discussed, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spade?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Okay, item 18, ordinance 2023-6. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
An ordinance determining to proceed with sewer improvements to certain property in the city of Mason, county of Warren, Ohio, as described in Resolution 2023-4.
Okay, again, it's been discussed. Motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Item 19, ordinance 2023-7. A motion to read by title only, please.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Delegating authority to make declarations of official intent and allocations with respect to reimbursements of temporary advances during fiscal year 2023 made for capital improvements for road and utility improvements to be made from subsequent borrowings.
Okay, again, it's been discussed by Eric, so I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? A motion to adopt?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Both? Yep. Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes. Okay, item 20, ordinance 2023-8, and the motion to read by title only.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with SiteWorks LLC for the City of Mason WRLD SAF Western Row PUD sanitary sewer project in the amount of $839,872.
Okay, and this is the last one that's in the group that we've already discussed. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, item 21, ordinance 2023-9. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Establishing the 2023 fee schedule for the City of Mason and declaring an emergency.
Okay, Jennifer, we're going to let you talk.
Yes, Mayor, members of the council, ordinance 2023-9 is just another piece of legislation that we typically see at the start of a new year. If you recall, one of the last pieces of legislation that council approved in 2022 was for COLA increases that not only apply to employee wages, but they also apply to fees and charges for services throughout the city. Formal council action is needed to update all the fees and charges according to that COLA increase. Not all fees and charges will reflect an increase. Generally, increases may be delayed until the increase can be reflected as the whole dollar amount. And previously, the Aquatic Center and the Community Center had separate legislations the council would approve for increases in membership fees. We've incorporated fees for the Aquatic Center and the Community Center in the new fee schedule that is before you this evening. And then moving forward, those membership fees will get the annual COLA increase along with all other fees and user charges for services in the city. This legislation ensures that fees not only remain competitive, but align with the inflationary increases. Ordinance 2023-9 is recommended for adoption. You'll see an emergency clause. This is standard to allow these fees, to allow the increases to fees to go into effect immediately. If you have any questions, happy to answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance.
Yes.
Okay, item 22, ordinance 2023-10. A motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a delinquent debt collection agreement with the Ohio Attorney General and authorizing related contracts.
Okay, Eric?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As I believe council is aware, most of what our tax office does is focused on helping taxpayers. We provide free taxpayer preparation service, education to help all Mason taxpayers meet their local tax obligations. There is also, though, some work that goes into collections, and that's not the focus of what the department does, but it is helping those taxpayers that have not been educated enough or perhaps refuse to meet their tax obligations is actually a bit of a burden on the department. It consumes a lot of the time that would be more productively spent in providing those proactive services for taxpayers. Staff have been looking at options to help pursue delinquent accounts, and one option that is very attractive is working with the Attorney General's office of the state, who offers a service free of charge to the localities. They have different opportunities where they can encourage compliance with the local tax ordinances and have had quite a bit of success with other area communities. Communities such as Fairfield, Sharonville, Blue Ash, in Columbus area, Delaware, Miamisburg, Kettering, and Dayton have had considerable success using this. It relieves a burden on our own staff, provides more efficient use of the staff, and perhaps more effective collection on those few troublesome accounts. What staff has recommended is moving forward with an agreement with the Ohio Attorney General's office to assist in the collection of delinquent tax accounts, and that is what Ordinance 2023-10 accomplishes, is recommended for adoption.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second?
Any council discussion?
Mayor?
Yes.
I just want to say I'm really in support of this. I think this is a great opportunity for Mason to get involved in this. Like Eric said, there's no fees involved, and if you owe the taxes, you should pay it. And Mason doesn't. The next step, if you don't pay, is they could take you to criminal court. But Mason really doesn't want to do that. So this is a good opportunity for us to be able to collect some back due taxes from individuals. I did hear a story how one of the communities sent out a letter telling that this is going to take place, and an individual they were trying to collect from for quite some time sent $12,000 that they owed. So I think it's going to increase our tax collections and, like Eric said, free up some time for the tax staff to help other individuals do some returns and just be more efficient within the department. So I am in support of this.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn.
Yes.
Okay, item 23, ordinance 2023-11, a motion to read by title only.
So moved?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Capital Electronics in the amount of $65,092 for the replacement of 2 outdoor warning sirens.
Okay, Jennifer?
Yes, Mayor, members of council, the city has a total of 10 outdoor warning signals. 4 were put in 1994, 1 in 95, 1 in 2000, 1 in 2004, 1 in 2018, and 2 in 2021. In 2021, the city did establish a replacement program for these aging sirens. The program continued in 2022. Council did authorize the replacement of 2 additional sirens. Unfortunately, due to supply chain as well as staffing shortages, we were unable to get those replaced. We still have plans to do it. They're still on our radar, but we struggled last year with a number of different projects and items we were trying to accomplish. But staff are hoping that by approving legislation early this year for the addition of 2 additional sirens, we can get the equipment in here and maybe get all 4 of them done at one time, or at least while they're here. The 2 sirens scheduled for replacement this year are at North Crest Drive and Cocksmith Road. There is some additional work needed in regards to electrical systems to these sirens, and we estimate the cost to be about $12,000 for that additional work in conjunction with the legislation before you tonight. The 2023 budget does include $85,000 for 2 sirens to be replaced. While I have everybody's attention, I just want to remind you that the sirens are tested the first Wednesday of the month, unless there are storms anticipated, and then we'll delay those tests. The tests were conducted last week, and all 10 sirens were functioning properly. Sirens are intended to alert individuals that are outside and of the potential of imminent bad weather approaching. Sirens are not intended for those individuals inside, as we expect that they would have other established means of getting these notifications. With that, ordinance 2023-11 is recommended for adoption. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Jennifer. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance.
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey.
Yes.
Okay, we're to item 24, which are committee reports. Does anyone have a committee report? Yes.
Just to echo what Mr. Richards was talking about earlier, anyone that is interested in getting involved with the CDC, I would definitely, I think there's a ton of good information at the meetings. I know there's one quarterly and then there's one monthly. And just to reiterate, January 17th is the next one at the American Legion, and February 2nd is the next quarterly meeting, and that is also at American Legion. So I just encourage you, if you are interested in learning more and getting involved, to, as he mentioned, go to their website, and all the details are there. So.
All right, thank you.
Our next downtown meeting will be January 26th, I believe.
One moment, I gotta double check. Yes. 26th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I just wanted to report real quick, our ad hoc rules committee did meet in December right after the last council meeting, and we continue to look at our current council rules to see what needs to be updated and revised, and also we are looking at some of the rules from other municipalities to see how we might be able to incorporate those into our rules, and our law director is helping us with that. We do have another meeting scheduled for Friday. I think it's at 9 a.m., I think. 9:30?
9:30.
Oh, 9:30, okay. And the plan is, once we finally get a draft finished, we are going to share this with the other council members to look at, and everyone will have an opportunity to look at it and give input. And there's even a possibility we might have a work session. We haven't really decided on how we're going to proceed with that, but everybody on council will have an opportunity to put some input into what we come up with on these rules. So we're just going to continue to work on that. Anybody else have anything with committee reports? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's not a committee report, but it did occur to me that I probably offended our law director when I talked about all the departments involved in helping with the Dorothy Lane. I left out, the legal department has done not inconsiderable amount of work towards that. But I did not make an error in leaving them out of the departments that assisted with snow removal, so.
That's absolutely correct. And as long as he mentioned it, just so you know, on the Dorothy Lane project, it's not me. It's another person in my office who has been very instrumental in dealing with the real estate contracts and the things related to that. Her name's Rakina Niehaus. She does a fantastic job for the city.
That makes us feel better.
Yeah, it's not me. Don't worry.
All right.
But I don't want to be on their bad
We
side.
noticed the documentation was better.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Item 25, old and new business. Is there anything anybody would like to say for old and new business? I just very quickly want to say, I've had a couple people contact me about the beautiful Christmas lights that we had downtown, and I even had someone said they drove through at night and it just looked like a winter wonderland. So I want to compliment staff again on that. I'm hoping one day in the future, maybe we can extend it on down the road.
Well,
He's like,
Mayor, I'm glad you brought that up. Last year, we talked about it, and we kept it up through February. And it was. Not this year.
That's too long.
maybe we can keep talking about it, but
Too
it
long.
was really pretty, and the Christmas tree at the
Is
plaza.
it still winter in February?
Probably cost
Is it still
X
what?
dollars with
Is it
electricity.
still winter in February? We can have a winter
Oh.
wonderland in February, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that, but yeah.
The opinion of the committee was that it would take away from the ambiance of the Christmas or the holiday season if it was left up longer. They wanted it to really be focused.
Proud of them for getting it down. Tell them thank you.
We need to go on down both sides of the,
Problem is electricity.
well, we'll find some.
I'll buy a long extension cord.
Anyway, a lot of people said it was really beautiful, and I just want to compliment staff on that. I know it's a lot of work, putting all that up and taking it down. Anybody else want to say anything for, yes?
Yeah, Mayor, real quick, sorry, I almost forgot. I know it's already been brought up earlier by Mr. Hanson, and we saw a nice video, or a nice slideshow, but I've had many residents come up to me and commend us on the amazing work done with the snow emergency that we had here. I had to go out, I believe it was the day after the snow, and I have to pass through other municipalities on my way through, and there was a clear line of where very good snow clearing was done, and not quite as good as what Mason had done, but yeah, just again, please pass on to staff and everybody that was involved what an amazing job they did, and an even a nicer job of getting the snow or the salt pile replenished.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. To item number 26, which is recognition of visitors. Was there anybody that wanted to come up to the podium? Please come up and state your name and address, please.
Hello, I'm Randy Stegbauer, 5358 Hidden Creek Circle. And just to reaffirm some of the things that everybody said here, the snow removal, wonderful, I loved it, great. The lights in the middle of town, wonderful, I love that too. But just to add poke some into, maybe cause some trouble here, is that my son bought some LED Christmas lights for his house and spent an entire month with my help to help put them up and wire them up, and they were a pain. But what he can do is change the color of them. They go from red to green to blue to yellow, all sorts of different colors. So if you did put them up for the entire year, on St. Valentine's Day, you could turn them red. On St. Patrick's Day, you could turn them green, have them red, white, and blue during the, 4th of July. So I just caused some work for somebody here, but
Best idea we've heard all night.
that's my little good idea.
Well, thank you. We love that idea. Did you guys take note? Yes, please come up, sir.
John Hooker, 111 East Main Street, and I again would like to thank the city for allowing us to put up the veteran banners during the month of May and the month of November. I think they look great, and this year I didn't have to do so much running around because I went out and put them in alphabetical order. So hopefully we can do that again next year. Eric, I know you don't like that because the workers get on you for having me out there.
I like you doing the work.
And I'd also like to thank the city for all the support they've given us at the Mason Veterans Memorial. I think we have a big plan coming up for 2023 to celebrate the 20th year of our memorial out there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lucker. Anybody else want to come to the podium? Okay, before we adjourn, I believe we have something to take care of here. There's a birthday this week, maybe, I guess. We need to sing happy birthday to Mr. Councilmember Chance.
All I want for my birthday is those lights, colors, be perfect,
Okay,
and ice cream instead.
are we going to sing? I'm turning my mic off for singing. All right, okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
So move. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
All right, Happy New Year, everybody.